what's up, and happy mental push-up Monday, baby. We here. If this is your first time joining, my name is Andrea Fitz Fitzgerald. I'm an author, a speaker, an educator, and also a person really obsessed with personal growth and development. So each week we get in the gym and we do our mental push-ups, because the most challenging yet rewarding work that we will ever do is on ourselves. So today, friends, the title of today's mental push-up is Learn and Do the Work. Y'all heard it. Learn and do the work. Drop it in the chat, drop it in the comments, say it down. Learn and, all caps, do the work. Yes, so this message was inspired. I was thinking about this. Last year I was in a coaching session with Dr. Precious, and she had given me some next steps. And she asked me, she said, hey, okay, you checked in as accountable. Hey, how's it going? I said, well, Dr. Precious, I'm still learning. And you know what her response was? She said, learning is just an excuse not to take action and do the work. I said, ooh. Now, in that moment, I somewhat knew what she was saying, but now I think as time has progressed, it is very crystal clear what she said. Because it's not just enough to have knowledge about something. It's not just enough to learn something, which I sometimes tend to do. It's about doing the actual work and making better choices. So as I was thinking about that, we see on TV and in society sometimes, it's like, oh, we see almost like the hero's journey, and we get to the end, and it's like this love story. We see they find the love of their life, right? And that's where the story ends. But that's actually where the story just begins, because the goal is not to just get married and have a great wedding. The work is actually to stay married. Or the goal is not to go to this conference that I went to a few weeks ago and just stop there. The goal is, the work is, what are you gonna implement when you get back? The goal is, even in conflict, it's not to have conversations. The work is actually, what choices do we make after? And that, to me, is a game changer. That is huge, because for myself, I know that I've normally stopped at, well, I'm aware, and that's enough. But it's not. That's been one of the biggest takeaways from Me University. It's about doing the work in small choices every single day. And that's honestly how we get better. So I just want to share with you a few tips on what does doing the work actually look like. Let's learn and do the work. Let's get right into it. Number one, be willing to be terrible at it. Be willing to stink. I think that oftentimes, at least let me speak for myself, that certain patterns I've been unwilling to change because I don't want to be bad at it. So something that has really become evident to me, specifically in this course, is that something she said over and over again is she said, slow down and make a different choice. Well, the first 2 weeks of slowing down and making a different choice, it was kind of hard, y'all. I mean, I messed up. I got it right some days, other days I didn't. I lost my center. But this is the one thing that I'm starting to notice. I'm starting to make better choices because I'm taking that deep breath and I'm slowing down. But them first 2 weeks, y'all, that thing was hard. It was so challenging, and I was just on myself. I was like, man, I keep messing up. But you just gotta be willing to be terrible at it. That's how we actually grow and we get better at something. Just be all right with that. All right, next thing is own the resistance that comes from it, from yourself and also from other people. So think about, if you have been doing something your entire life and you decide, you know what, now I'm gonna make different choices. I'm gonna do it differently. Like I told you, for me, my thing right now is managing my ego and emotional management. I get to decide how I want to show up. It is not about other people. And a lot of times I've said, oh, they did this to me, and that's why can't nobody make you curse you out.
Nobody makes you cuss them out.
So for me, there's resistance within myself to make a different decision. I've done it a certain way for X amount of years, and now I'm saying, okay, girl, we doing something different. And it does not always feel good. But the other part is the resistance from other people. if you have shown up a certain way, they are going to continue to respond to you in that way. That's the thing that I see is, no, I think one part of it is, if I've been a certain way for a very long time, then I can expect, even if you start trying to make different decisions, those people are going to experience some resistance because they're used to you being a certain way. Like, for instance, boundaries. If you have been a person that has not set boundaries and now you're deciding to set boundaries, you may meet some resistance from other people of you trying to set boundaries. So just keep that in mind. You are going to feel resistance from yourself and also from other people. Just own that that's a part of it. And like, even for myself, when I came back from this conference, I decided like, yo, I'm doing life different. Like, I've just decided that I want to be who I am at the crib and who I am in the world. Like, them things need to be congruent for me. And so I've shown up a lot of times of not prioritizing being at, the stuff I think the things I need to do at the house, or even sometimes not being congruent. You give it max effort at work, but you don't get the same at home. So to say that I'm being more intentional about making different choices, I have to own that possibly she may not be as receptive to me trying to do things differently. I gotta be okay with that. But just know that that's a part of it. Own their resistance that comes with it. The next one is, as we think about their resistance, just continue to choose the discomfort that comes with that. Just continue to choose it. It's not gonna feel good. It does not feel good in those moments when I want to clap back. It don't feel good because I'm used to defending, arguing, and being in my ego and being right. It doesn't feel good. But, or better yet, let me say that, and I'm continuing to choose a different choice because it's not about other people. I want to be who I say I am. It's not about me doing certain things. Something I heard when I was at this conference that this marriage counselor said, she said, we got to focus on who we be and not what we do. Because who you be, I'm going to be me regardless how anyone else show up. So if I'm a kind person, I'm still going to be kind. If I'm supportive, I'm still going to be supportive. And I think that's the part that I had to recognize. It's not about other people and what they do and how they say it. I'm still going to make the choice to be fully in who I said I'm going to be. So be who you say you are as you think about choosing the discomfort. I think the next one is one small habit and be intentional with that habit. So for me, as I told you, girl, we out here managing our emotions, y'all. Listen, I'm used to being reactive. And I also realize it doesn't really work for me. But my one small habit is taking a breath. That's my one small habit, y'all. That is my one small habit, and being intentional about it. Not just when I'm stressed out, not just when I'm anxious, also in low stakes situations. I'm practicing this habit all the time. When I respond, the other day Christina said I took a breath, and she said, "Oh, what do you take a breath for?" I said, "Oh, I just really want to think about what it is that I'm saying. I don't want to just respond to you. I want to take a breath and really think about what is it I really want to say here." So it's small things. Just be intentional. Go all in on that one habit. And I also would add to that, as I said before, it's not about the whole gamut of things to correct or to strengthen. I wouldn't even say correct, because you bomb right now just the way you are. But we all have things we need to grow in. But just identifying what's that keystone habit or one small thing that I commit to, because you cannot change it all tomorrow. And the last thing I would say is accountability and community. That is key. Something that has really resonated with me from this conference I went to a few weeks ago is, don't be out here trying to do it all by yourself. I done tried it, y'all. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I heard that message when I went to a baby shower. Akeisha, shout out to you, Ike. She said, community. She said that. I heard it that time, and then when I went to this conference, I heard it again. And I now understand you can't be out here trying to do it all by yourself. It's dang near impossible, yo. Like, you can't. And I have an accountability partner to help me with some of these things. So me and my homegirl, we check in once a week. Hey, how's that? Her goal is to walk 3 times a week, and mine is to help out around the house and be a better partner. That's my goal. So we check in and say, hey, how's it going? How's it going? Da, da, da. So we hold each other accountable to working on those things so that we can continue to grow and evolve. So don't be out here trying to do it all by yourself. That's not the thing. So you notice the outfit change. That's because the clothes that I had, I recorded and there was no sound on it. So I'll say this. In closing, let's land this plane. In closing, as we think about learning and doing the work, I thought about a few weeks ago, I was in therapy and I was reflecting on this conference that I went to, and I was telling my therapist, she said, okay, what did you learn? And I told her about 7 things. I had about 7 things that I had taken away. And what she said after was, okay, that sounds great, but what does this look like in your day to day? What are the actionable things you're going to do as a result of this information? Because this is great. This is great that you've had these new ahas and these new insights, but what are you going to do about it? And that's essentially when we talk about learning and doing the work, that's what we're talking about. It's not just enough to learn new things, but it's about what are we going to do to execute on that. So it made me think about this guy, Gary Vee. He always says, ideas are shit. That's what he says, excuse the language. That's what he says, ideas are shit, execution is everything. So it's all about not only just knowledge, but applied knowledge that really makes a difference in our everyday lives. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Get out there this week and do those mental push-ups. And I know this is a new idea, so I want you to keep that rookie state of mind. Well, what's that, Fitz? I want you to remember that the level up is in the losses. Problems are a privilege. And yes, you might be new to this idea, new to this perspective, but I know you're true to this because you're here in this very moment. Y'all have a great week. And if this video adds some value, share, subscribe, like, all of that. I love y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm out.